Tesla Model Y.
A 6-month review.
Jelly bean. iPad on wheels. A mistake?
These are some of the things I've heard in my comments section, but are they true? Well, I always say people hate the things they secretly want. And why would you want this car? Well, having owned this car for 6 months, I can tell you this is one hell of a car. But since no car is actually perfect,
yes, that applies to Tesla too, I'll be covering all aspects of owning this car, the things I love and the things I find annoying through my meticulously documented experience. Yes, I took notes along the way to help you answer the question, should I buy the Tesla Model Y? Stick around until the end to find out.
Let's jump right into it, starting off with the exterior. So one of the options that we went with is the 20-inch induction wheel. So the original wheels that it comes with is actually silver, but I'd actually recommend getting that because you could get aftermarket black wheels to attach on top, so you could have saved yourself some money on that. Speaking of rims, be very careful around curbs and sidewalks. As you'll see, we have managed to damage our rims because these rims actually stick out quite a bit, and we're trying not to cause any more damage moving forward. Option 2, we did go with the black and white interior.
But hang tight because I'll be covering the interior soon. For us, picking between the 4 Tesla models was easy, but the toughest part was deciding on what color to get. So I recommend before choosing to check them out in person under different lighting. We ended up going with the pearl white multi-coat because this gorgeous paint allows the body lines to be shown the most.
One thing I'll warn you with all Tesla paints in general is that they chip very easily. Why don't you come on down here? We have Exhibit A and then we have Exhibit B. These are 2 chips from rocks and debris just by driving in a span of only 6 months. And you know what? Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I should have gotten a PPF. So I'd highly recommend for you to get PPF.
These beautiful LED headlights have been nothing short of phenomenal at illuminating even the poorest lit roads. Despite the future refresh coming up for Model 3 and Y, the headlights along with the taillights will never feel outdated. However, one thing I did experience the day we had our Tesla delivered, the left headlights started flickering. So we scheduled a Tesla service appointment in our Tesla app, and they came to our home to fix them, which I thought was super convenient.
So one of the reasons Tesla really stands out on the road from a typical SUV is the unique sloping design of this whole car. What does this design do? It actually makes your drag coefficient a lot lower. What does that mean? Aerodynamic, baby. Another thing that I absolutely love about our Tesla are these cool black flush door handles. They really add to the overall look and design of the car, but the one thing I had to get used to is the awkwardness of it at times, right? So in a typical car, if they stick out, you're like, you can open it from this angle, boom, boom, open, boom, open. However, now it's a bit awkward. You have to go around here, do a little walk, and then push it in, and then whip it open. Small price to pay, but something to get used to. So one thing we did get done with our Tesla is we actually tinted our side windows as well as our front windshield. So you'll notice when you do pick it up from Tesla themselves, they don't actually tint it from factory. This, however, the rear windows do come colored, not tinted. So we got these tinted as well to complete that overall look and have that full UV protection. And just follow me over here. This rear windshield is also not tinted. It is actually just colored. However, we didn't get it tinted. We already have such trouble with the rear visibility, so we left it as is, and it already looks pretty dark. So we want to leave that look as well. This right here, there's no engine inside. It's a frunk. But you already knew that, right? But what's unique with this is that this frunk storage space is insane. There's just so much room to put your groceries, your takeout food. And why would you want to put takeout food in your frunk? Since there are no holes in this frunk, the aroma stays trapped inside. This storage is so good that I bet I can fit inside. Let's see here. Oh. Not bad, eh? But if you lower that, not bad. You can put a baby in here if you want. Up next is the storage in the trunk, and boy, do you get a lot of room. So if you were to lower these seats with these buttons over here, boom and boom, you can store a ton of suitcases. I remember when we were traveling once, we stored 5 gigantic suitcases in here, and on the side pockets here, you can store a ton of things. I usually keep my cleaner here and my tire shines, and there's another one on this side. I usually keep like microfiber cloth and bonus water. And if you think, whoa, that's too much space, I'll give you some more. this opens up and you can actually store additional stuff here. You can store bags, you can store more suitcases if you really love packing when traveling, or even groceries and things like that. So overall, the practicality of this car is amazing.
So much so that there's a whole camping culture around Tesla Model Y and its camp mode. As you can see, you can easily sleep here overnight, and you can utilize the regulated cabin temperature, power electronics through USB, and cozy up by watching Netflix as the night passes. Whoa, what's this? Looks like a speed round of 5 things unique to a Tesla Model Y.
Number 1, the maintenance cost, which has been non-existent these past 6 months. The only thing we have to spend money on is the washer fluid, which is about $7.99.
Number 2, EV parking spots. There could be parking lots absolutely full, and you get to take advantage of EV designated spots, and a bonus perk, you can top up your charge. Number 3, no haggling. Nothing worse than stepping into a dealership and getting hounded by salespeople. Everybody gets the same price. But with Tesla, it's like ordering an iPhone from Apple. Number 4, road trip friendly. The biggest worries I had switching to an EV was it having an impact on our road trips. I mean, there's a gas station around every corner, but as of September 2023, there are 50,000 Tesla supercharging stations globally. So that fear is gone, and we typically use that as an opportunity to stretch our legs. Number 5, Tesla's the only car company to pay you to buy their car. For a limited time, you can get $500 off and 3 months FSD if you use my referral link in the description. And thanks to these absolute legends that have used my link so far, I really do appreciate it.
When it comes to the inside, your rear passengers are in for a treat. I'm 5'9", and look at all the headroom space I have above me. And in terms of legroom, that'll do just fine. We also have this beautiful panoramic roof that I absolutely love. If I have to pick my top 5 features, it would be one of them. But the only downfall is if you do miss a sunroof that actually opens, allows for airflow, you'll miss out on that. We also have 2 USB-C ports for your phones and electronics for your passengers. Another perk that your rear passengers have is the ability to recline your seats. So your road trips just got better. It's relaxing. You can't talk about the interior unless you talk about these beautiful white seats, which I'll take over the black seats every single time. You also get this beautiful white panel that is way better than the dated wooden panel you get with the black seats. In terms of stains, it has held up really, really well. I haven't even put a leather shield on these seats, despite it being vegan seats, and it still has managed to keep the stains off. I think if you're just active in terms of keeping it clean with baby wipes and water and a paper towel, it'll always work out in your favor. In terms of interior storage, you're set for life. Once I slide this open, I have a ton of things here. Gums for emergency when your breath stinks, cologne if you want to smell good, and sunscreen for that EV protection. And here as well, we also have 2 hidden USB ports that you can charge your electronics and phone. With that, we have 2 cup holders to store your drinks, but don't drink this. Once you open this, you also have all this space which I can slide majority of my arm up until my elbow to fit a ton of things here. You also get 2 wireless chargers over here to simply just rest your phone, and while you're going on a road trip, it charges. But the only problem is they have lenses that stick out this much. It has a lot of trouble picking up the charge. So it is random. Sometimes it'll charge fast and sometimes it'll take a while to pick up. So let's see if it does right now. And not yet. And there it is. And no, I did not forget about the glove box. There actually is one despite it not having any handles. So how do you open it? You actually just go to your car icon, go to controls and hit glove box, and you'll see inside a Model Y manual, which I've never used. Over here, we have this USB to store all your dash cam footage. I can do a whole video on this beautiful 15-inch display screen because it pretty much controls everything in this Tesla. But one thing you'll have to worry about is the constant fingerprints you get. So always keep a microfiber cloth handy. And I personally use this inner cleaner by Chemical Guys, and it's great for all surfaces. So I usually just typically spray it on. I go to screen clean mode, and look at all the fingerprints from just today. It is so good at keeping the fingerprints off and clean. And just like that, it looks brand new.
You can customize your screen to move frequently used apps at the bottom for a single touch use. The climate control is next level with the ability to move airflows in many directions, as well as multiple levels of heated steering. There's also bioweapon defense mode, which allows the use of outside air to flow through the HEPA filter, and as you can see in the video, it does a much better job than your standard filter at purifying the air. Dog and cat modes regulate the temperature without using too much battery, and you can control the rear heated seats for 3 levels per seat, which is a really expensive feature in other cars. There's also many games, including this racing one where you see a Model 3 and a supercharger in the game itself, and you can control the driver using your Tesla steering wheel. Just don't mind my awful driving. You really won't get bored with all of the entertainment features in this car, like customizing your Tesla color in the screen, which is cool if you decide to wrap your car, romance mode for last-minute date plans, and of course watching Netflix or your favorite YouTuber. Whoa, is that another speed round? Let's go over 5 annoying things about the Tesla Model Y.
Number 1, if you're sitting in the back, your rear windows don't go all the way down.
Number 2, supercharging time. Not only is the estimated time of completion inaccurate, Tesla slows down the rate of charge from 80% to 100%. So if you're on a road trip, it'll take that much longer to fully charge.
Number 3, a manual frunk. Hopefully they add a power frunk in the future. Number 4, these garbage floor mats that Tesla gives you that not only attracts dirt, but there's no cool Tesla logo on it. So I would suggest throw them out and get yourself the all-weather floor mats that I actually use. Link in the description.
Number 5, you no longer get a charging solution with the car. You may be thinking, if you can afford a Tesla, you can afford a charging solution. But it's the principle of the matter, folks. It should be included. When it comes to driving, despite the Model Y being an SUV, it feels like you're driving a sedan. With the heavy battery at the base, it really helps with feeling planted around corners. And autopilot makes road trips feel like a breeze, especially since it has the best one I have ever used. But with autopilot, you may get the windshield wipers detecting ghost rain. So it does randomly turn on, and you can't turn it off when using autopilot. And at night, it feels dark without any RGB ambient lighting. So something to get used to.
And a Tesla Model Y long range goes 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. Whoa! And with the acceleration boost, that 0 to 60 turns into 4.3 seconds. Let me know in the comments if you want me to get it and try it out in a video. So what's the conclusion? Should you buy a Tesla Model Y? Well, after owning it for 6 months, my answer is a resounding yes. But make sure you avoid certain mistakes while owning your Tesla by watching the video above.